I never expected one simple question to completely change my racing journey, but it did. It all started with a post I made on the Steam discussion board. Are there heats in qualifying multiplayer, or am I missing something? I wasn't expecting much, just hoping someone could clear things up. Me and Paul were just trying to race and wanted a realistic format. Uh, but we didn't really get an answer. But I did catch the attention of a group of guys deep into sim racing. They reached out, offered some advice, and before I knew it, they invited me to run with them and join their Discord. That's when everything changed. Up until then, I was just casually playing, learning the basics. Suddenly I had the chance to line up, race against more than just AI. Kind of exciting and nervous. Real nervous. So hopefully you stick around and watch. This is the story of my first 3 league races and some practices and some voiceover. Just gonna kind of go over what I've seen. I hope you enjoy, and if you do, hit that like, subscribe, and comment down below. It really helps out. I appreciate it. So let's get started. So this is how I started. Just hopping in, doing some F around sessions. So they seem to call them. You hop into the Discord. There's usually somebody always in the channel. There's usually always someone playing this game. Even if it's just 1 or 2 people, you hop in and you just go. Whoever's the host, usually 8-Ball. Ask the 8-Ball. He has been a huge help. Me and him stayed up till 5, 6 in the morning a couple nights. Just me and him, just 2 one-on-one, just racing. And I didn't think it'd be that much fun. Like, it was a blast. So Ask the 8-Ball is from the Pro Series. Mr. Goon, you might have seen that name appear up here a few times. He is higher up in the Content House Discord, which is more than just World of Outlaws. It's Farming Sim, American Truck Sim, Escape from Tarkov, Battlefield 6, which is coming out soon, obviously, but they have a channel set for that. Just all sorts of different stuff, tons of people. I haven't ran into one person that has had a problem yet, but yeah, so we just do this. We'd hop in and I'd just drive around, learn, try to get used to it. New to wheel. I've had the wheel for quite a few months now, but it's been for like Out of Ore and Farm Sim and like some Motor Town and just a little mess around. Never a sim-ish style game like this. That actually dirt track racing here started because Pawpaw from the Discord ended up asking me, hey, what race games do you have? So I gave him my whole list, and luckily I think there was a good sale going on at the time, so he got a couple. So we were doing a lot of asphalt racing, a lot of GT cars and slower stuff, and he was also new to it, and he was learning it, I was learning it, trying to go through that. And I really wanted dirt track racing, even NASCAR. I used to be a huge fan of NASCAR, and roll fell off, I guess. But I still enjoy racing it, and I've never done it with a wheel. And you have such fine movements on like NASCAR. You're right next to a car for a long time in the turns. You're like right next to them, and the controller's always been hard. So I was always wanted to get in, do some NASCAR with the wheel just to see how much better it possibly is. We were gonna play NASCAR and unfortunately about 2 days after we started, they shut down the servers because iRacing bought out NASCAR rights, and they have a game coming out, which is coming out on console and a release date. I think it's November 11th-ish for PC. So right around there. It's like a month after the console release, so that's actually exciting. But yeah, so we go in there, and that's how we got in. Just racing away, having a good time. Mr. Goon ends up in not only inviting me to the Sportsman League. Like I said, it's a beginners league or somebody new to the content house. So, anybody that joins, no matter how good you are, you start in the Sportsman League and you earn your pro license to go up to their league. It was our inaugural season, and it was their inaugural season. I guess not ours; it was theirs. 5 races. Normally they're 10 in a season, but it started halfway, and I got to race in 3 of them. So I missed out on the first 2 races because I wasn't in the Discord yet. And then they will drop normally your 2 lowest scores for the for the season, but it was half a season, so they dropped one. So I ended up with, you know, 3 races with points out of 4 possible, which we'll get into. I'll show some of that, and I'll kind of go through them races. But yeah, that's it. Let's just hop into the first race. So each race week begins for the Sportsman Series on Sunday. That is a open practice. It's on the track. The pros and the sportsmen race on the same track. This week is Lernerville, which I spent a lot of time in trying to drive. I could not get fast on this track. And I spent a lot of time in the pro modifieds. I need to do tournament times. My own custom setup I made. I was actually like stoked. But you start in an open practice, so pros and the sportsmen together practicing the race format. Monday is closed, just sportsmen. Once in a while, you'll see we do open it up and go from there. But this one was just fast forwarded right to Monday. This is our closed practice, our first one. Well, my first one, nonetheless. Going around, just trying to get fast, and you'll see a similar pattern as you go through and watch this and the upcoming races. I am more worried about crashing anybody than I am getting a position. I will give up positions just to not wreck somebody. Because 1, I'm new. 2, I'm nervous as hell at this point. Like, it's weird, you know. It's just a video game, nothing else. But the nerve, we're definitely there. Some of these people I haven't raced with before. I don't know how fast they are. And we have a mix. We have a mix of super fast people that are going to be in the Pro Series that just happen to be here because they're newer. And we have a mix of some that are, you know, still learning the game pretty hard. And that's fine. That's great. So we have everywhere from Pro Series like style guys in here to beginners, including me. I do feel that I got a good grasp quick on some things. Kind of, you see my paint job here, kind of, you know, I did all my views like this. Obviously I can't race in third person. It's just too weird, especially in like dirt track. This is just a random somebody's car I picked because I joined GSM, Goon Squad Motorsports. Mr. Goon invited me to it after we were racing and stuff. He felt that I was pretty decent enough to join up, or he just wanted a number on his team just to have more people. I don't know which one yet. I'm still on the fence. So we went through and he wanted us just to change our number, or not change our number, but design a number with just the colors of the thing. That was it. I didn't care what your car looked like, just wanted like the team number, you know. I ended up going through and doing every car, and I painted my whole car. It wasn't something he asked me to do. He just wanted us to have matching numbers, which was like a orange and gray and a white camouflage kind of like skin number. I am 53X, in case you're wondering. 53 was my football number back in the day. That's where that comes from. And X, I just thought it looked kind of cool. I'm like 1/3 a porn star, so I just get 1 X instead of 3. That's what I'm gonna go with. So we're doing a full race right here, 80 laps. That's our full featured race. When you do multiplayer in this game, you don't get to do the qualifiers and the heats and, you know, main A and main B and all that. So we get to do it ourselves here, which we'll go through in the race. But this is me learning, you know, how they run things, how things are done. We, you know, don't have tear-offs in the game and no damage. I think they might be adding it to the Pro League next season. So we'll see about that. But I know us down here in Sportsman aren't gonna have to worry about that. No damage. Just drive. Sliders, no custom setups, which I'm super big fan of, just because of the fact I don't know how to set up a car. Like, I did set up my Pro Late model, and I did pull 3rd in a tournament, which again was just baffled my mind. I spent so many hours in that car, and I should have been in this car at this track, but I was in the Pro Modified on I-55 trying to get faster and faster. So either way, it's slider, so it's just down to the driver. At this point, I still haven't learned the best line. Like I used to, like when I first got into the game, I raced real loose. You know, loose is kind of fast. It can be fast anyway. And then I start racing with these guys, and they all run tight, tighter side of things. So I've switched and now learning that. And you'll notice these races, you'll see a lot of the same names. You know, you can kind of tell, and we separate to our, you know, same talent or same skill levels or whatever. Me and Goose here are always seeming to be pretty close to each other. Even just in, you know, our little mess around sessions where we just go and just race random tracks and just have fun, down to the races. Ultimately, I think he is a little faster than me. And I think, not that I'm anybody to judge, I think consistency would be what slows him down the most. If he ran his, you know, some of his best laps every lap, he'd definitely be up there, and you could see it on a couple tracks. But I don't know, like me, I hated this track. I absolutely hated this track. I could not find the line. I could not find the throttle control. I could not find the slider that I liked. And if you're not familiar with that is, there's like custom, you know, setups where you can change your camber and all that. And then slider is just a slider. You go from tight all the way up to, like, you know, 12, 24, whatever the percents are, all the way up to loose. And it automatically kind of sets up your car. So, yeah. So here we get a caution. We have cautions. We call our own cautions. If you are the only one and you cause yourself to spin out or something, that's not really a caution, so you shouldn't call that. We line up, single file, go around, you know, on the top side here. And then anybody one that's a lap down can get one lap back. Right, and as you can see, there goes somebody running around to get their lap back. If you're down two, yeah, sorry, you get one back. And a lot of these rules like that one are in because unfortunately the game don't give us any kind of like spectator support, like at all. Like you can watch a race and spectate it and switch between cars, but you don't see times, you don't see positions, you don't see what lap, yeah, you don't get nothing in it to really take this to the next level. So it's all done in game. Whoa. So we yep, we do that. And like I said, some of these people are new, like me. You know, I think he was going to get his second lap back, and it is what it is. So once we get lined up and the back catches up, we'll off turn 4, we'll drop down, you know, evens down low, or Jesus, odds down low, evens up high. I'm a rookie. What can I say? And then the only difference is the leader gets to choose inside or outside. So I'm up to 4th here. And Native Ghost, he is ungodly fast. He is quick, and you don't see much of his name unless we get a caution like this, or he's lapping. And you know, it kind of a double-edged sword here, right? Because we get to see how they do it. You know, we get to follow them. We kind of get to learn from them, but you know, you're not going to beat them. So that's kind of the bad part of that, but it is what it is. But yeah, this was just a close practice, kind of going around, and just learning how it goes. At lap 40, we have a competition caution. So at 41, the leader will slow down. We just kind of group back up. Somebody will get their lap. Everybody gets their lap back. That's down one, and take off until we hit the end. After lap 35, there's no more cautions until after the competition caution, and then at lap 75, you know, out of the 80 here, there's no more cautions, and it's just to avoid, you know, like a green-white, or yeah, green-white checkered like kind of thing, so we can actually race, you know, the last 5 laps without having to have any issues. But yeah, so that's it. So let's hop into the race. All right, and here we are. We have ourselves our new car, new paint job, quick sneak peek, and we're going to hop right in to the tune-up race. This is basically our qualifying. Just a few laps, nothing big. Separate, give each other room. This is not about winning. This is about the fastest lap to set up our heats. And if you're not familiar with dirt track racing, I'm not a pro and I know the basics and I'm still learning a lot as we play, which is awesome. But basically you qualify and that puts you into different heats, and then the heats put you in your qualifying spot for the events, the main event. So this is just going for the fastest lap. That's why you see me slow down at the start. Just try to give each other some space to run the quickest. You can see up there, my record is 13,172. I got that record like in the first couple hours just messing around playing, and I come close to it, but I have a hard time touching it again, and I don't know what I'm doing different. The harder I try, the worse I get. So I'm coming here and we're just racing around. Not a whole lot of excitement to this per se, but we're been around and giving ourselves a good time. And at this point I am extremely nervous. It's crazy, the feeling, stupid video game, nothing on the line, no money, guys that I've been in talking to off and on, racing with some of them for, I don't think a full week, but close to. So, it is what it is, but it's still very, very nerve wracking. Like I can't imagine, like a real racer, I don't know, for his like first race, what it must be like, but, or maybe I'm just a big baby that is also very much on the table. So we'll go through here. Like I said, the game don't have this in, so they set this up. We lock lobbies. They put half the group in one tune-up, is what Mr. Goon calls it, and then there was another one. We've had some races coming up that you'll see that have had, I think, 3 to 4. Our last race of the season, which I'm not going to spoil for you, let's just say I think there was 16 cars, which is huge. I mean, you see we got 6 here and 6 or 5 or 6 on the other side. So don't matter about the total time. It's just the race time, or the fastest lap time. All right, time for my heat race. Because I recorded these quite a bit of time ago, I don't remember all my numbers and stuff, but we will definitely see them. So basically this is a heat race. They take the qualifying or tune-up that we just watched, and the fastest goes to this heat, the second fastest goes to the other one, and then they just go back and forth. So we're basically setting up our position on the inside or outside. I just don't remember which one I was at. If that's Ghost's name we see up there, then we know that I'm probably in on the inside. So we're racing here. We got 6 cars on this one again. This is full on racing, 16 laps of get as good as you can, finish as high as you can, and you'll start the race a little bit, further up, which is beneficial because, like any race game, if you're in the back, chances are you're going to probably be involved with some issues, most likely. I will say, and you'll hear it for the last race we did, Sportsman did awesome. Caution-wise, hardly any. It was a good time. Boss Dano up there, he is another one of the fast ones that will probably most likely be in pro at some point here soon. So the fact I'm holding on third, I feel good now. But the race is where we're really going to get everybody back in. So you can see my lap times. That's my biggest problem, is I can run decent lap times, nowhere near them, but decent enough where I'm happy. I just can't do them consistent. And again, I hate this track. Did I mention I hate this track? Because I do. It's fun. I just hate it because I'm not good at it. It's realistically. But as you can tell, with no like wall on that outside, if you get up over that little embankment there, yeah, you're off the track. So definitely something that you try to do. I'm just trying to run as fast as I can. I'd love to catch Boss and Kevin up there, and I don't know. Kevin is also a newer one. We were doing our mess around sessions, just racing around, having some fun. When we met him, he's our Frenchie. He's from France, and good guy. We raced pretty hard together, so that's good. So since native ghost ain't there, then I am probably racing for the outside line, my position then. So it's kind of a second qualifying per se. Possible to get pole, you know, but I could get second. And you see him, CPR, that's Corner Pocket Racing, that's S8 Balls race team. The teams are fairly new. There's not really a whole lot of integration with them at the moment. They have talked about messing around and just, you know, doing like team points and stuff like that. I don't know if or when that's going to happen. Right now it's just something kind of fun to do. I will say the problem with Frenchie is he does have lag issues because of the distance, I think. So once in a while you'll see somebody go invisible, and that's what it is. Not like I said, the game's fun, but it's not what it could be or get the resources. So ran a solid third. I mean, I'm ultimately happy with that. Yeah, Dev Abaddon, he is better than Ghost. The few times I've seen him race, like, he is extremely fast. So yeah, he's something else too. He's got at least one, if not, I think more, all-time fastest lap records on some tracks. So that's it, and this will set us up to the main event. So I qualified 5th. Not too bad. I'm happy with that. I'm stoked. But obviously, you know, that don't mean nothing, right? Because someone could just had a bad lap or something bad happened to him. There's Goose. Like I said, you'll see a lot of Goose and Lane Leak, and he's in the race. Like, we're always kind of usually around each other. He just kind of slid up in front of me and he got bumped. I let off the gas and went up high and lost, you know, position, because that's what I do. I don't know why, that's what I do. Again, foreshadowing the last race, I think my attitude will have changed, and going into next season, my attitude will have changed. But we'll worry about that when we get to that video. A couple videos away from this one. So yeah, we're racing. We're having a good time. We do have Discord on, and we're running, and when we try to call our positions and stuff. For the most part, I just shut up and I race unless I need to say, you know, down low, up high. Some people, you know, say down low. That means they're passing you down low, but you don't have to give up your position, right? Like, you don't have to, like, oh, I better move up because he's down low. No, you race your line. You race and do what you do. Pretty good races. I mean, like I said, all in all, we've only had very few cautions on the 3 races I did. The ownership of Content House was extremely happy and and just give so much gratitude for how well we raced the whole season. And the last race, they'll talk about that, and I'll have it in there and let you hear what they say. So I'm just fighting. I already went into this, again, nervous, knowing I was going to finish. My thought in my head was between 5th at best, back to about 8th or 9th at worst. Barring accidents, crashes, anything like that. You know, you can only do so much. But those were my expectations, just from racing with the guys around. Some of them I never raced before, or coming into the actual league event. So I left a little room for unknowns. I I like that bottom line on this track, and if I'm not hitting it just right, you'll see what just happened. I come up and I bump the wall. The cool thing is you can kind of get away with running high or low most of the time. Sometimes it's just is what it is. There's a faster line, and consistency is obviously what I'm not best at, and that's what I need to work at. So we're cruising along. We got a good race going. I'm just trying to keep in it and get up ahead. Keep gaining some positions. I mean, at this point, I'm kind of like going, oh, I'm 8th. I'm getting close to what I was hoping for, planning on. But racing's racing, you know. You could be the best in the game and still end up last. You just never know. Get a little break there. He went a little too high, and his back tire caught that little edge of the thing, and it just pulls you right off the track. I was scared of it because I knew that if I went up there and pulled myself off the track, I'm definitely going to lose a lot of time and a lot of laps. You know, to get anything, might go a lap down. I mean, it's dangerous when you get off the track like that. So I was doing everything I could to stay low. You'll see me like there flirt a little bit up high, and that still was a very, very rare thing. Like there, I'm trying to run the middle. Right now, I'm just trying to find a fastest line, trying to get something that works well where I can gain some time. And I'm kind of surprised at this point, looking back, that I have the leaderboard up. I usually always have my lap times up, so I know what I'm running. And I may have had this up at this point to see if I was actually gaining on the next car, Ryan Hinchother, which he's pretty good too. He's not too bad. Definitely better than me. So that's probably, if I look back and think, that's probably why that was up. Just having some insight of, is it going down or is it going up? And it's staying right around that 3.4, 3.5. It does pop up with my lap time down there, on the bottom left when you cross the finish line and stuff like that, like 13.173. So I'm actually running really good right now. 173, that's close to my fastest, if not my fastest, I think. And I'm slowly gaining on this guy up here, Ryan. I had it down to 3, and then now it's back to 3.3 and then 3.5. So we're staying close, pretty decently. We are split up pretty good. We got the lap car. Or not the lap car. I'm about to be a lap car. The leader is coming up behind me. And on the mini map, I'm that orange box 53, and the only other box I'm going to see is the leader. And he's behind me. Oh, there we go. See how I switched my lap info. So I'm seeing what I'm running. And like I said, I'm pretty sure that is Dev Abaddon that is going to be coming around and passing me. And he's fast. And you'll see him. And he'll pass me, and I'm going to try to follow his line, but see, I don't know. So I'm pushing hard, and at this point, I still haven't learned to race my line and not race the cars in front of me or the cars behind me or any of that. I'm still struggling with that aspect of things. All that be does is cause problems, because ultimately I'm going to push harder and harder and harder, and something's going to break. So I'm constantly trying to remind myself to race my line and just race. So there goes Dev Abaddon, and I mean, you'll just watch him just gone, like just clean, smooth, hits the same line every time, and there's Ghost. So, I mean, you know what? I mean, he's how far ahead already? quarter of the track already, and doesn't take long for him to get further up. So at this point, I'm now down a lap in 7th. 7th, I'm feeling pretty okay. That's about middle, so that's probably about the average what I would finish. But if you watch, you know, it's like, so here I'm trying to watch them, which I do, because that's the nice thing about having these fast guys in here is you can learn from them and follow their line. You know, I can see them. They're kind of going right through the black, the darker part of the track. And, you know, like the front end and the back end's kind of off and they slide up. And I just can't, I'm just not consistent enough. Now, keep in mind, I am still trying to fine tune my wheel and my throttles and all that. Brakes really ain't a thing here. At least I haven't had to use them yet. When you let off the gas, like, it just slows down. So I'm still trying to feel where it's comfortable. So when I let off the gas a little bit, that it's not too much, you know. So it's just some stuff that I'm still working on, and I'm guessing people will work on for a long time. But you know, he's gone. He's leader and second place are gone. There goes third. Boss Dano, another good fast one. And we're about to hit our competition caution. So that's good. And as you can see, I pulled my leaderboard back up because I want to see if I'm catching anybody. And I'm now, it's kind of hard to tell because, you know, we're all slowing down for the caution. So I don't know. We'll see here. So I'm in 7th. And the thing is, on a caution, you line up single file, and then the officials will tell you to go around to get your lap back. So I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do, sitting here waiting for that. I don't know if it's this episode, or technically this race or the next one. Might be this one. The people just took off before they were told to. So I go from 7th, and you'll see how this plays out. I'll be 9th. And I'm kind of sitting there like, whatever, you know. Whatever, not a big deal. I don't care. I'm just playing for fun. No money on the line. And to their defense, oh yeah, see there, someone just hit me in the back, flying off the track. They might have not have known that I was down a lap, or they might not have heard me say me too. They may have thought I was on the lead lap. So it is what it is. I could have piped up and said, yep, or just drove up there and got in my 7th place. Just wasn't worth it. Again, I told you, I play too nice, and I'm just here having a good time and thankful to have a group of people to race with. Like I said, go into the game and go to online lobby. You're either not going to find one majority of the time, and if you do, it's probably going to be a name that you've seen in this video or any future videos. So I figure whatever, I'll just take my 9th and go from there. They're right there. I've been ahead of them the whole time. I'll just pass them. Plus it works on driving in traffic, which is always something way different. And you can see here, it's just a whole heck of a crazy mess. We have a couple guys, and you'll see them. They like to go to the bottom, but they can't hold it on the bottom. So they slide up the track and then hit you if you're high. You'll see that. And I start noticing a pattern this race, the next race, and the last race. And we had a caution because all them guys were spinning out. So we restart, and look at that. I'm in 6th. So karma worked out. It paid out. I didn't cause drama. There was no need for it. And pretty instant gratification. I'm now in my 6th position. But either way, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I didn't care. Like, if it was that big of a deal, I would have said something. It's like, whatever. If they're faster than me, then I want them in front of me just so I don't get in their way, because that's my mentality. And if they're slower than me, I'll just pass them, you know? So, whatever. I mean, I'm not in the championship points. I'm not in the top. I'm not going to be like, this is make or break my championship, you know, moving to the Pro Series League, which I don't want to do. I'm definitely not ready, so I don't have to worry about that anyway. Just having fun. But it was fun, kind of funny to see pretty much instant karma. And right back. So all that actually gained a position. Funny how that stuff works out sometimes. There we go. I finally caught Ryan. Took the caution to do it, but I finally caught him. So here we're just hoping for a good kickoff, a good takeoff, and hoping just to be able to stay in here, like hold this 6, maybe 5th. Like I'm really counting on holding 6 here. Okay, around the 4th, we're gonna double it up. I was 6, so even high side. They drive around, and the leader will say leader going into 3. And then as they come around, getting into 4, you know, go, and we hammer down. And I don't like the top here because these cars are so, you'll see it like when we're running, so you'll see everybody hitting each other. The brakes are like non-existent, you know. All right, so there we go. And now we're instantly back to 8th, but that's okay. And I don't know what happened to Boss Dano there, how he got so far back. I don't know if he was having internet issues or something. I can't remember. But he was running 3rd, so I don't know what happened there. You never can tell, right? So now I'm just racing. I like I said, I've raced with Goose there enough, and I know that we're give or take, you know, on the same playing level at this point. And that's me doing a quick peek just to, I want to see if anybody's next to me. I want to get up high here so I can swing down low and not lose so much speed, but just try not to hit anybody. That's all I care about. That's in my mind. And like that there in my mirror, you seen, I don't know if Goose went up and got a little high and slowed down or what happened, but I went flying by him. So he may have caught that bream up there a little bit. But yeah, I'm just pushing now. So down to 7th. You still never know what could happen, right? Like the way we run cautions here is if you are involved in the caution, whether you cause it or not, you go to the back of the field. And this rule is going to be changed a little bit for the following season. Again, because they don't have any way of tracking anything. They don't have any way of knowing anything. And it's just the easiest thing to do. And in fact, the next race, or the next video, which will be the next race, we'll see how that worked out, because that actually came into play. Not with me. I mean, it helped me, but not with me. And it was kind of bogus, but you know, that is the rule. That's what we have to go with for now. So I'm sitting here, and I know I'm not gonna get old Boss Dano. At least I don't feel confident in it, because I know he's fast, even if he's dropped back a little bit. And sometimes it's just a matter of passing. You know, you don't have a lot of passing opportunities, and if you're running roughly the same lap times as the guy in front of you or behind you, you don't get a whole lot of chance. Like there's not a way to catch up. You know, there's no like draft really or anything like that to catch and get up to speed a little bit better. So you just push, and all you can do is not make the mistakes and let them hopefully make. So we don't have the track, what's it called? The track like progression on. We don't race with it on, but I think still by default in multiplayer, around halfway, I was told the track will change a little bit. So you'll see I'm, 249. I just ran a 2.3 before that, or 13.3. So I'm pretty consistent. I'm running good. I'm feeling my car. I'm getting, You know, there's another 13,269. And that's what you need to do. If I could run that, you know, the whole race, I'd be doing okay, I think. You know, I could have, if I would have made some passes, 13,284. It's when you start seeing that 13,3, you know, 3, then 13,4. And then you're like, oh, like here to probably 13,391. You know, one mistake and it just what it is. So I got Goose about 3 seconds behind me, Lane Leak about 1.5 seconds ahead of me. And like I said, as I look back and watch this, I do remember I pulled up the leaderboard to see if I was gaining or if Goose was gaining, because I'm just trying to fight for my life and hold on to a 6. I think that's a good first race for me, and that's, you know, something to be happy with. And we're almost done. Race is almost over. And it's hard not to push. It's hard not to try to push a little harder. Luckily, when you stay low, you know, like that, like you can push harder. Not a ton can happen to you. You can, if you whip your car a little too hard, you know, spin out. That does happen. We have no driving aids, anything like that. You could slide up a little bit, hit the wall, and that kind of stinks if you get too high, because like right here, that, like I almost hit it, like that little grass patch. If you get that tire on there, it will pull you right off the end of the track. Like it's really hard. I mean, you can counter it and fight it back a little bit, but ultimately it's just not going to end well. So we're cooking along. We're going. As you can see, the leader is coming out of turn 4, and I'm just, you know, going into that one. So they're just passing the lap car, trying to cook along. We got a mix. We got a mix of guys on controllers, some on steering wheel. I'm pretty sure Ghost is on a controller. And like I said, he's fast. That was me trying to avoid him and probably pushing a little too hard. Like I, you know, 2 seconds back from him. Goose, I don't know what happened to him, but he's must maybe crashed because he was counting backwards, or the numbers were going real negative. So ended up with a 6th place. You know, honestly, I was super excited. I thought that was a good race, and that's, you know, 5th was like best case scenario for me in my own head. So that was super exciting for me to finish 6th on my first race. But that isn't it, because we do a bonus race. All right, bonus race time. Bonus race is, we take the main race we just did, the 80 lap race, we cut it in half to 40 laps, inverse the field. So last place is first place is last, and you just go down the line and do a 40 lap kind of quick race, and the first 3 points get some bonus points for the championship. So we're there. So we pretty much started right in the middle. You know, we're down to 10 cars. Some people got disconnected and wasn't able to get back in. That happens all the time. So here I'm pushing. I'm like, all right, I'm up here in the top, you know, I'm in 2nd and 3rd, kind of bouncing back and forth. At some point, I know that we're going to have some people coming up behind us that are going to be way faster and going to push us back. So I'm just trying to take out and get as many laps up here as I can, and hope that they will get slowed down by the traffic. But you can look at the leaderboard and see Dev Abaddon is already in 3rd. Then he won the race, so he is yeah, he's fast. Sadly, that is the only race that you will see Dev Abaddon in. He really needs to start early. And the last 2 races got pushed back an hour, just because majority of the people, you know, asked for it and couldn't make it. So they're pretty open and stuff like that. And if this is something you're interested in, you like it, you like dirt racing, or you want to get involved with this community, I promise you, they're a great group of guys. They'll welcome you. I haven't ran into anybody that that's an asshole yet that I've ran into. I'm sure there is, right? There isn't everywhere, but nothing I've ran into. They're definitely all about life first, friends, family first. If you only come to 5 races out of the 10, doesn't matter. Not like you're obligated to be here, nothing like that. It's, hey, I can't make it, I just can't tonight. Hey, no problem, man. Real life first, and that's cool. Though one of the owners, Hale, I'm pretty sure used to race these in real life, used to race dirt track in real life, and I think Mr. Goon did as well. And they're obviously part of the Pro Series, and they're pretty fast as well. And here I remember, like, all right, I'm kind of keeping up with these two, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe Dev's just kind of playing it easy, no big deal. But I was like, I kind of liking this, I felt good. I don't think I was running anything great, but I'm thinking he was just getting around, and I'm running 13.457. That's slow. But yeah, see, you can watch him rocket out of those turns, and he said at the end of the race, because they were, everyone always, wants to wonder, like, like, how do you go that fast? Like, some of the times he was putting down, he's like, I just full throttle it the whole time. And it was funny because he said that for the next like 3 or 4 days, because the pros still have to race, and I think they race on Thursday. Wednesday or Thursday, either way. For the next like 3 or 4 days, we'd like practice, and I'd race with 8 Ball a lot and some other guys, and we'd come here and we'd let them help them practice, even if it wasn't official practice. And all anybody could talk about is full throttle, hold it full throttle. And I'm like, I tried it. I did. I held full throttle down. I went through and I tried every different scenario, like tight, 12%, different loosenesses. I still couldn't touch it. And I was going faster just driving the way that I was driving. So ultimately, at the end of the day, just race how you want to race the line you think you want to race, and go from there, because that's ultimately all that matters. So there goes Ghost. So I'm sitting here in 4th. I got Basilmar's behind me, which is another fast guy. Like, these are the 4 I ultimately didn't think I would I'd beat, barring something happening to him. So right now I'm sitting in, in my best case scenario, my best case position in my head. 5th, 6th, 7th, and probably my finishing place. So I'm pretty happy. I'm running good. I don't know. I can't believe that they wouldn't be racing full, but who knows? But I'm pulling 13.55, so like I'm really slow compared to what I even was last race. And then you see me switch back to the leaderboard there to keep an eye on who's coming up behind and who's ahead and how far they are, because that's important to me, because this is a bonus race. Like, so if I don't finish 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, I don't believe I gain anything from this. So pushing a little harder, doing, switching different lines, trying something a little more aggressive, a little more on the tail whip, a little less of the letting off the throttle. All that's in play for me. Again, as long as no one's near me, because I'm not gonna wreck anybody. That's obviously in my mind the most important. I just don't want to make waves. It's just not who I am as a person most of the time. There's no, as you see, because we're past halfway, there's no competition yellow or anything like that. It's just 40 laps and caution if we have one. And I don't think we had one this time, which is good, right? Nothing wrong with that. No caution. That just means quicker races. This was one of the longer ones. Like I said, the Sportsman Series new, so not only are we testing it and doing it, you know, the leaders and the people running the league, and like Doss, I think he's another founder and owner of Content House, and like Goon, he's, you know, one of the leaders, and they help run these things and set them up and get stuff, you know, going. So there we seen Ryan touched that bream and went off over the edge, which pushed me up to 4th, which, oh, awesome, right? I mean, it's never, you know, I don't want to get my position by someone else failing, but that is racing, right? Like, it's hard to say I don't deserve 4th in my mind, because I didn't go over the bream, you know, I didn't mess up. You know, I don't think he was hit or anything like that. So, you know, whatever. But, you know, at the end of the day, I put myself in position to move up, and I'm fine with that. And honestly, no matter what I finished, I was more stoked and excited that I didn't go over the bream. I didn't practice a lot. I did on a lot of races. Like I said, granted, I was pushing kind of hard or learning stuff. And then here you see Goose again. He's back in 9th, which I don't know what happened in the back of the field. Something must have happened, or, you know, some of these guys might just not, you know, like, it's a bonus race and you're just kind of out there having fun. But that's not normally him. So something happened. Something got him back there. But again, it's, you know, only 40 laps on top of it. If you're running roughly the same speed, you know, within a couple hundredths or thousandths of a second of somebody else, it's hard to catch up. So I got a 4th place. For my bonus, no points, but it still felt good. I put myself in a good spot and I enjoyed it. But yeah, this was my first journey. This video is a little longer than the rest of them will be. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you made it all the way through. If there's something you want different in this, let me know what I could do to make it more enjoyable. If it wasn't, hit that like button, leave a comment, let me know anything like that. And if you haven't, hit that subscribe button for more sim racing, sim games, survival games, just all sorts of stuff that I like to play and build a community with and play some games together. If you're interested in this, I'll put the links and stuff in the description. It's Content House. Like I said, farming sim, American truck sim, they have movie nights, everything else, anything else you could think of. They have all sorts of Escape from Tarkov if you're into that. I'll put the link down there to their Discord as well. And thank you for watching. Again, I hope you enjoyed. Hope you look forward to my second race, which I will do, and then my third and last race of the season. And then we'll move on and look at the upcoming season. So thanks again. Have a wonderful night, evening, and morning, and hope to catch you next video. Bye.